Hello, one viewer. Well, you was quick. Good morning. We need to change position. Not easy doing these videos. There's always something to sort out. There we go. I have scribble. What we're going to do first. Let me work out what we're going to chat about, and then I'll let you all drop in. Chill Star, good morning, brother. Barker, now then, how we doing, boys? It is 9:44 here, 8:44 with you. Good morning for all. Have a little roll up. Yeah. So, doing a lot of travelling at the moment. We're going out swimming. It's going to be bad weather from Saturday onwards, like temperature 17 and below. So we're going out 9 o'clock in the day. We don't get back till 9 p.m, which is 8 p.m. your time, and then it's a bit weird. I'm not managing to get online and to do updates. I do need to take a break and to a little bit of meditation, a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of shutting off, the brain. So I've got some notes here. I scribbled yesterday before bed. It is a download what's happening. You'll see on YouTube some videos and on Facebook and from Gaia and places that there's an event happening, but they're being non-specific about the event as such and what's happening, where and when. So I'll give you my interpretation and my feelings from travelling the realm, the continents, and seeing first-hand knowledge from different countries, continents, legal establishments, civil, that is, civil, legal, and how it all affects everybody. I've been meditating and I've been using laws, but not the laws of man. The laws, well, not man-made laws, the laws that are there in nature, quantum, divine. They're unseen, they're unmeasurable. I couldn't get one now and show it to you and prove that I'm using it, or that it is there, or that there is some kind of invisible system at play, which we'll call nature, the divine laws. So I've been meditating, I've been using natural laws. Whilst I've been travelling with Anna Maria and Yanka and the family, the radio's been on in the Iron Horse. And I say to Anne-Marie, we listened to one called Retro. I'm not advertising, so I'll cover this up. I don't agree with that, but it's just a big cup, so I'll use it. The songs, they have messages in. Whilst Anne-Marie's trying to pick up Angol, Babel, English, and convert it from their language here, which is Magyar, Hungarian. Yeah, there's a radio station out here that pretty much spans all of Hungary, and it's called Retro. And you get on there songs from 80s, 70s, 60s, maybe some early 90s. And what was I listening to? What came on? Songs that come on. Ace of Base, I Saw the Sign, and it opened up my mind. And I'm talking to Anne-Marie saying, you see, it's just like Pink Floyd, Teacher, Leave Them Kids Alone, quite old, messages in the music. Madonna, Material Girl, what they're made out of, Madonna. They've got a campaign over here for Pepsi Generations, yeah, and they've got Britney Spears and Michael Jackson on the big. They have Tesco, Co-op, and Spar out here, the three main sources of food revenue, outlets are these three. And in the Tesco's out here, they have probably a full window size board of Pepsi promotions, and they're very proud to put on Britney, well, Michael Jackson first, then Britney, and promote this Pepsi Generations, trying to sell sugar and cancer by using pop stars that are giving you, signs and messages through the music. Well, look at Michael and look at Britney. What of the corporation Pepsi-Cola? I'm sorry, Pepsi-Cola, this is true. So, from as far as I see it, what have you done? with Michael Jackson. What happened? He's dead. The man's dead. Little Jackson 5, Michael Jackson. I don't mind telling you, I idolised him as a child, and I know his songs. The Man in the Mirror. What? Yes, there's a man here in my mirror now, and I'm talking to him. I'm talking to you. I am you, and you are I. I know you because you are me, and you know me because I am you. So it's not very good a marketing campaign to anybody that's connected to any kind of USA corporate conglomerate, stocks and mergers, acquisitions, marketing. Hello, let's use 2 failed humans that we've had on our team as Pepsi generations and use them for marketing. Well, I don't think that's very clever, because as soon as I saw that Pepsi-Cola marketing team, do you know what I saw? 2 failed humans that have been ruined by the system of fame, greed, false idols. You put them up as idols, you get them the pedestal, and look what happened to them. I'm not going to get into that now. I'm glossing over and paraphrasing of my scribbly notes. So that ties in with the songs and the signs and travelling, hearing lots of music, talking to Anna Maria about the messages within the music. I'd invite all of you to put down your tracks of which you have got on your playlists, which remind you of how you feel, of the morality, of the ethics code, of things like that. You know, REM, If You Believe, they put a man on the moon. If you tolerate this, then your children, it goes on forever. There'll be thousands of them, all right? I would like to collate a playlist on that. Right, so whilst I was meditating, before I meditated, I asked for an answer. Sometimes, if you do it right, in my experience, you will get given images and patterns and numbers and thoughts. And when you ask for guidance and you clear your mind, things come to my head, and they come in different times of the day. Like, I have a chat somewhere with Anne-Marie or with the Hungarian friends out here, family, and I'll be having a chat with them, and they'll mention something, and then that will tie in with something I had a thought of the other day. And so I'll be having a chat with them, maybe travelling, chatting to passenger, whoever it is, or someone in the back, and then I'll be chatting to them, we'll be travelling, and my brain will be going, oh, you just chatted about that, you was on about that the other day, and that ties in. And so there's a lot of ongoing with me, development, and it happens through meditation, it happens through making notes, it happens whilst doing other things, it just drops in. And so you'll be travelling, having a conversation, and then your subconscious grabs onto something in that conversation, and you just put it in the back burner. So I did that, and it turns out I asked the consciousness what we are doing next and where we should go in light of recent events and where we are, and you know, the state of everything and the development of the technology of trust. Meeting the homeless guy the other day, going live, and you know, despite it looking a bit awkward, where I put my arm around him and said, if you've got anything to say to YouTube, I didn't want to use him to promote anything, making light of a man's hardship by him being out on the street and me getting the camera and going, oh, we're on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I didn't want to do that, and I felt bad about doing it, but I wanted to say, you know, anybody that's got doubts, Gary, of the Clan Davis and so forth, this is what we do. Yeah, I'd like to invite others to bring their videos forward and what you've done when you go slagging us, me, David, the movement, the digital online university that we've created, the online private domain and so forth. Before you go cutting that down, I'd like to see what you've been doing, and we'd like to contrast, you know, intelligently. So I asked what we're doing. What am I doing? What is the game? Where's the next move? What's the next video? What is the next angle? There's a lot going off. There is really a lot going off, and I need this break to collate everything and take stock while your new governor, Andy, is looking after you all in there with the new admin team on Facebook. I'm still on the .com. And it turns out, would you believe, get ready for it, what we are doing is to do with dictionaries, okay? It's a dictionary issue. We have got, what dictionaries does David use, or has David used, okay? I've used an Oxford, I've used a I've used a Blackstone, I've used a Halsbury's, I've used a Webster's, and the Merriam's. So there's 6 off the top of my head that I did just, you know, before I went to bed last night, because I knew I'd forget this and was too tired to do a video and go live. So we use up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dictionaries there. And this is to do with the language and the communication, yes, and we need to work out words by the symbols used in etymology. It's yours and ours, a communication. It's key. Your key competence is communication. And I've written down common law, common unity, and communication. These are all families. So there's a family of words. I mean, it's a derivative of. So common law, common unity, communication comes from the same family of. And when you get into etymology, you can then get a word and see where it would generally originate from, the syllables in it, and such things as like communication. So it would have com dash un dash I dash k dash on. Communication, 6 syllables. It's just the way I look at words. I'm not saying it's right, but the way that my brain looks at when I get a word, and I'll be able to see most of the time its origin, implied meaning, definition, the legal construct, the lawful construct. We had one the other day, didn't we, about poor, P-A-W, P-O-U-R, and P-O-R-E. They all sound the same. This is where we're at, the key competence for your communication. So how many of you, as a test, are in regular communication with your family, with your friends? Who has got an excellent support network of family and friends, you know, that you can rely upon? Whose family is really tight and that, you know, they're there for you at the drop of a hat? You don't even need to worry about asking them. You know, you talk regular, you're in touch with all of your bloodlines and your family as such, your friends, your extended family. Do you talk? Do you communicate? What about your friends? I'm seeing a lot on Facebook where guys are saying regular that here we go, I'm on my profile, and I see that there's not many interactions, there's so many so-called friends, and I need to trim down my friends list. And people realise, man realises that guys that are here on certain domains aren't always our friends. Our friends are the ones we can count on one hand, generally, and family is family, that goes differently, but we need to look at these common things, this commonality, and it boils down to communication, and the communication is in the dictionaries. So you have all these dictionaries, but what dictionary do you have for us to understand the civil or the legal? There isn't any. So what I'm thinking is we will go, and yes, it will be kind of like doing a Black's Law dictionary in reverse, where we get the sovereign dictionary. We don't need another dictionary, but this is going to be the dictionary to beat all dictionaries, because it will have the Oxford, the Blackstones, the Black's Law, the Halsburys, the Websters, the Merriams, and then the Babel. The dictionary, the sovereign dictionary of Babel is what we're currently comprising here, which will be, you know, I don't know where these ideas come from, but we're on it, and it ties in with what we're doing. So we're working out the etymology, implied meanings for the civil legal construct, and how that ties in with man and the bonding of man, and the competence that we don't seem to have when it comes to the legal re-representation or presentation for controversies raised in law that are needing to be dealt with. So once they raise a controversy in their system, we have to use their system, their legal system, the gall, gall, you know, the gall of it, that's what it means in French, the barefaced cheek to use this system. And we use that and give it credence as if it's actually, you know, bona fide. It's man-made rubbish. So all the world is sick, I said in that previous video with the homeless guy, and we all need a remedy. And I, for one, am sick of seeing sick man try watching Euro news now and again, and you'll see why I don't really think that going to Bosnia this year is a great idea. They've got immigration happening, coming up from mainland, where you've got, let me think now because I'm probably backwards, Turkey, Greece and Italy. They're coming from Turkey, I think they're going into Greece, mainland Athens, and they're going up through Europe, Greece, south to north. They're hitting the Balkans, which is where Bosnia is first, Serbia, let me think, it's Bosnia, Sarajevo, yeah, Bosnia, hitting that. Then you've got through Bosnia, Serbia, Croatia, and out into Europe, Austria, Hungary, that way. So it's not a good idea for an English man, an Anglo sovereign man, to go travelling in an iron horse with the English plates on at the moment because of the political unrest will be seen as a target. I'm not willing to put myself and Anne-Marie and all our property and safety at risk just because some, politics, not because of politics, just because some adventure, dictates that we go through lands that are at political unrest at the moment, which are really serious. And I'd like to stay out here and go over there, to be fair, and sit and work at the pyramid and do certain things like that, and go through to Sarajevo, Bosnia, set up a camp here and do some kind of opposite to the Red Cross, totally opposite to the Red Cross, the Green Sovereign, I don't know what you'd call it, but do some education on this front, because we see it as that anyone with a birth certificate is bonded and bound by these Roman civil assumptions under law. Now, if we're in a system that assumes something, that doesn't seem very fair. It doesn't. It's not a fair system. We can point that out. We can tell you why and how. So we have all these certificates, and they're all over the world. So the whole world needs a remedy, not just the Englishman and his claim of right. This is what came to me yesterday. Why don't we promote that every continent that's in the legal civil system that has the central bank is going to be looking at this and needing this a big time. Now here in Hungary, they don't have a central bank. As I said, you can get 30 grams of Marlboro high-grade branded Virginia tobacco for 1,150 foreign. Now 345 foreign equal a pound. So 690 is £2. Yeah, so about £3.50, £3.90 gets you 30 gram of tobacco. The same 30 gram of tobacco that will cost you 12 to 14 quid in the UK, in the United Kingdom Trust, not the Anglo Isles, but the commercial enterprise of the United Kingdom. So if we're all in a common European market and we've all got these different languages and different funds and different conversion rates, but we're all supposed to be common and equal, how is it so? Why is it like this? We see the noose around man's neck, and if you don't have the certain mainstream way, then you suffer and go down the other way. Not just here, Greece is the same, to be fair. It's like that in Greece. And they have the euro, though. Here is not the euro, it's the forint still. So the whole real world needs a remedy here, guys, and they're sick. They are very sick. They are controlled by the use of the invisible force and infrastructure of the language, the dictionaries, the implied meaning, the etymology, and the lack of that, the lack of understanding. Ignorance is no defence. You are right about that, but bonding a man into a world of lies, corruption, and blood spilling is neither equal nor honourable nor right. When we argue that, it seems to fall on deaf ears. So we can definitively say what we are saying. We can give sources, references, and examples for. A dictionary, addict, an addict. Yeah, I wrote this down, and because of my dyslexia, I had to rewrite a dictionary again. And as I did that, I heard addict in my mind, addictionary, addictionary. Yeah, and the words and the sounds is very, very interesting. So we're going to build a new dictionary, and it's going to be like no other dictionary. And I want and need your definitions and examples of things in civil that are legal and how they correlate to Anglo-Babel or whatever your nation, home, soil, lands are. Not country as such. We'll call it your sovereign landmass. Yeah, I would like your sovereign landmass of where you reside, what civil legal system you currently have. We've got a good idea. And then I'd like to know about the word of is without, in legal terms. The word suffer is to allow in legal terms. Look at the word, everything that's there. Contract, person. Person in the Oxford is not what person says in the Blacks. Then in the Blacks it will say person, and then it will give you the legal definition. So what we would like to angle at is putting person, and then having what it says in Blacks, what it says in Oxford, what it says in, all the others, Webster's, Merriam's, Halsbury's, everything. And then have those correlations opposite. And then we have how we would interpret and use that in the box underneath. So it's going to take a long time, and it's not going to be finished anytime soon. But it's a work in progress that I'd like to commission, which would be a sovereign publication of a document, a booklet that would build up as part of our resource library, and it'd be a contribution of all of us. It's not me, and it's not the admins, it's not Sovereign Smith, it would be all of us that is on this channel. Indie Know. If you are Indie Know, yeah, then I'd like you to come onto Indiglow and let us have a chat. Get on the .com, get on the Facebook, or you would email David at SPLSPRO, and then give me your in the subject for the email, give me the area, the legal area, and what you've got, and then convert that into Anglo-Saxon or your country's you know, English, if you like, and then we will do the rest and look at the grammar and everything like that, and how it would go. I'm not saying you won't be able to do that. I'm just saying we'd check it all out and put it into the constructs and send it back once we've got it, and we'll make like an Excel spreadsheet on that, and we'll look at the words, and maybe we've got different understandings and different implied meanings and definitions, because America, as we know, which is what's been the killer, the Achilles heel of all of this, is that we used a lot of American videos. Carl Lentz, for instance, Winston Shrout. You know, I'm not going to go through them all, but there's loads. Australia as well will say Commonwealths and Commonwealth member states, and the Americas, which is you know, controlled and run by London Crown. So let's just get them collated up, see how we get down there. This is a download festival, so not like trying to get on the download event. I was thinking download festival, but that came into me through what already exists in Anglo lands. In England, you can have an event, you go down to an event called the Download Festival, and it's music orientated, isn't it? So this is a download, but not a festival. I'm going to look at the new channels or new subjects or playlists maybe on indie. So we'll go for Indie Know. I'm going to look at doing indie and then health. Indie Chirp for hangouts and stuff, where me and Indie and Andy will be. Yeah, if you trust us, I'd like to say thank you for trusting us and being with us. We are going to, over the next week, I'll get some publications sorted out, these documents and the courses. Who are you, what are your rights, the civil court process template, which is the worldwide sovereign, you know, Masters Guild template for justice worldwide. That's coming out. You've got your two trusts there, Master Trust, the TDA, where the TDAs come from, how the Treasury Direct accounts originated, where they originated from the Roman pontiffs and the Franciscan friars, the CQV, 1537, 1636, the declamations, the proclamations, the papal bulls. Yes, we'll go into that, the canons, and it's all up for grabs. But this is where we are now, refining it, and this is going to be part of these publications that we're on with. So dictionaries and books, amalgamations, new interpretation of the law system and how it is to be used in a sovereign, righteous, private way for man. So it would be like getting a Black's Law dictionary, and instead of having the word first and then the definition and the breakdown and the implied meaning and the etymology, we'll go the other way and put down, instead of it being, yeah, we'll put down person and we'll put down what it means in blacks, and then we'll give that, and like I say, we'll put down what it means in Oxford. So it's one publication that contains all of it, and we have to be careful here. Oopsie, get excited. We have to be careful, because we can't directly copy what's in that copyrighted publication, such as Oxford, Blacks, Howsborough's, because that's copyright infringement, but it's knowledge, and it's free for all. So we would make it a not-for-profit, and we would make it as a study document, and there's legal realms and ways and means and things that we can do to get round that copyright infringement, as long as it's done in that way. So that's the way we'll angle that. We won't directly copy and scan and print, you know, pages and just put them in publications. It's going to be written by the hand of man. It's going to be done autonomously. Now that brings me to authority, doesn't it? Can anybody spell me authority, please? Authority. Authority. All right, 4 syllables. AU, symbol on the periodic table for what? Gold. That's right. Why have they used the gold because that's the, I'm not going to get into that, but there's a reason why the words that have got high power and high, you know, a lot of legal authority, control, jurisdiction is because of the way they are and who made this dictionary and language. The Phoenicians, going back to the Justinian deception, Romilly Stewart, god damn, you got to thank that man so much for this. And the dogma, the glossa, the language, the templates and so forth. But authority, A-U-T-H-O-R dash what? Thor? Thor? What's Thor got to do with anything? I don't know. What has Thor got to do with anything? Or Thor, itty. Yeah, I'm dyslexic. I've just woken up. I need to get this off my mind before we go running out in another 40-degree day for 12 hours with not much food, swimming, offspring, travelling, wrong side. You know, it's quite not stressful, but it's a long day. It's relaxing. But I need to not worry about you and get out of the YouTube and the Facebook. I do this when I can. I shut off for the day and I let my mind just, this is when I think and you know, when I need to have a break like you guys do. So authority, this goes into authority. Wait there, we've got another one which goes into the Trojan horse, yeah, a ploy of Troy. Yeah, so these go back to long time, old, you know, this isn't something that happened 100 or 200 years ago. It's a Troy of ploy. Employment we would go for there. Employer, it is a ploy. Voluntary servitude we should not be in voluntary servitude. Anybody around the world, you've got an estate. Your estate is what's getting, you know, plundered daily by this de facto system that purports to be official and above board and you know what and you know who we are, and yes, if you don't do this you're in trouble. But what they're doing is taking man's rights, and they haven't taken the rights from us. We have them at all times, and I have mine, you have yours. They are not given away, they are not sold, and you can reclaim them through lawful ways against the civil construct. So this is where we're at. You can recorrect the misconstrued relationships. If you find out you've been bonded, or man finds out he's been bonded, then by law of God, you're allowed to be unbonded, guys. And if they stop you and they put the blocks there, then that's very, 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 very heinous crime to man and his blood. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that, eh? It's just insane how things connect up. This has been over 2 or 3 days, this thought train, and it was only last night whilst returning back from Lake Balaton. I've got a nice sunset to show you. I filmed a full sunset of 10 minutes across the lake, so yeah, that was going to be good to show you later. But as I was sat there watching the sunset and talking with the family, extended family, I was returning home, and it came on that annoying pop song from Sweden, I Saw the Sign. And as it came on, I went through some traffic lights. And over here they have the wires there, posts and wires, and they hang down like in America with the square box here. It's suspended, 2-wire, top and bottom, and the box is tensioned on that, hanging in the road in the middle for you to see. And we came out of the rural area, we'd entered back into the cities where the councils are managing the street lights and the traffic lights and all of this. Well, at night time out here, every single intersection, traffic light and all types of crossings where they have them on in the day are off at night, and they just flash orange. So your intersection, crossings, orange and orange either side, and us coming down, orange and orange. So they leave it at night time for the governance of man to go through and check. So as you're going down, if you do not slow down and have a little, and before you go through, and someone else does the same, bosh. Exactly. So they pay the money out here, and they agree to terms and contracts and conditions and so forth at night time to save what I can only presume, and I am assuming here, and we do say the dangers of assuming, so I won't make a legal claim, but I'll just say that it appears, some might say, to quote Jeremy Clarkson, that certain countries are putting man at harm at night time. Or at different times of the day, but at this time I'll say night time, by turning off the traffic controlling system and leaving it for the governance of man to use. So how is that, if that's right to be done at night, then it should be right to be done in the day. oh, but there's more traffic and there's more hazards, and so therefore there's more danger of it, you know, an impact, a collision, or common law being broken here. If common law is broken, it needs dealing with. If you go through an orange light at night time and the other one does, then that's down to man making a mistake. And so it's going to be dealt with in a legal construct again. So it's just insane how things work and how they cut money and budgets. And I've mentioned before, on the Anglican aisles, we pay council tax, income tax, value-added tax, bedroom tax, tax on cola for sugar, sugar tax, tax for everything, inheritance, savings, interest rates have just gone up. They pay all the taxes. And if you don't wash your rubbish before you put it in the blue plastic bins, they don't take the bins. Breach of contract, and I'm sorry, it didn't say when you signed up for your tenancy, local government area tax. I don't think in the small print anywhere, when they bill you with these accounts of Rome, that's why they're not bills, they're just accounts of Rome coming towards you for you to, the cognomen and the nomen to take on and to begin the you know, the onslaught of the account type activity there, and you accept that account of Rome. It isn't a bill, it's typed as a bill, but it's down to your due diligence to question that bill and see if it is a bill. Look at the bills of exchange of 1882 and correlate what it says there to what you have in upon your hands. So they don't take your blue bin for recycling because you filled it up and you've put paper in, you've put cardboard, you've put tin in, you've put plastic, all of the precious things and the resources of the world, of Mother Nature, of Gaia, that we'd like to give back to her and recycle. And they don't take it for the reasons of, you did not wash your items before you recycled them, so we've left your bin. You put the wrong items in, and therefore, you know, we don't take them, so we'll leave it all. Or you've got your 2-litre pop bottles or water bottles and you've compacted them down, you unscrew the cap, you compact them down, you put the cap back on, and it's now like this big. You can fit considerably more into the bin. Then that would probably render it needing collecting 2 weeks rather than 1 week. Just me, you know. But they say if you do that and you compact it down, then they will not take the bin. This is in the Derby Midlands area, what I can comment on, not anywhere else, you know, council-wise, trustee-wise, should we say, agent and trustee-wise, and they refuse it. So it could be because you've put too many of the wrong thing in, you didn't wash it, or you compacted it, or you did all three. So they won't take your refuse now. If you do it all right, they take it. News to you was news to me as well. Turns out that all these tons and tons and tons of plastic that we've recycled and washed and left like they should have, and they've got collected and done properly, leave the United Kingdom Trust, get shipped across to Asia, China, I'll name, and from China, they deal with it, take the bill, the United Kingdom for it, and they've dumped it in the water. They've dumped it in the water. The sea, sorry, the sea. Oh, so, just a moment there, you know, one of them, innit? We could do this better ourselves. We could all do this better ourselves. We do not need governance. We are self-governing. The orange lights at night time in here in Hungary, we do it ourselves. I'm governed. I self-govern. When I need to be governed, I'll put my hand up and say, I need governance. Mummy, Bitty. You know that scene where Walliams was saying Bitty? That was a joke on us. Sit there laughing at him. That was the establishment laughing at the layman, at the commoner. Bitty, the nanny state. Oh, please help me, submit and sign, and, you know. So, yeah. Controversy, insane. We're going to put it right, all of it, and me and Andy need to get speaking, please. And I want Andy out that skip wagon. There's a man in a skip wagon driving around in the United Kingdom. He's got more legal, lawful, honourable, intelligent knowledge than most solicitors and barristers you will ever meet. Yeah, this man's driving a skip wagon. This is the environment we're in. It's not about him escaping his servitude. He's doing his servitude. He's getting up every day and he's doing his graft. He's looking after his family. He's running the Facebook group as the new governor, and he's backing me up with regards to the management and the overall, you know, the 3,000, 4,000-ish now. We've just got under 4,000 on the Facebook domain, 2,300 here. That's 6,000, you know, 300 going on, plus some others that we can't mention that are private. So we're building up a nice little amount here. We are fragmented. Would like all to collate and meet on the .com. We will look at how we're holding a seminar when I'm back, a meeting in Nottingham. We've got an event to plan. and it'll look like we'll hold it August, mid-September hopefully. I've got to book it and plan it and whatnot, but give us time when we get back, and I'll look at mid-September. We'll try and get this venue sorted out where we can have overnight camping, RVs, this, that, the other. It's got a hotel or a pub on site with lands and parking and electricity and amenities, so it's not just a field and we're going to meet there. It's going to be a proper, well-organised event. There will be a small donation required for the upkeep and everything, tiny amount, and we'll all get there. So now, here comes the closing bit. If you are watching this in any landmass, but especially the Anglican landmass of where we are, the sovereigns of Angol, we would like to invite you to think about this. Now is the time that we have Brexit happening. We've seen what happened with Boris. We've seen what happened with David Davis. We've seen what happened with Theresa May and how she got in and what's happening and the underhandedness there. We don't agree with most of it, with any of it. None of it is for us. We are not the people, we are the men. Yeah. Now is the time, right now, of the 23rd of August 2018, for me, 20 past 10 a.m, the year of our Lord. I got told through a message, through a sentence that came in my head, Pete McGowan, if you watch this, I know I need to speak to you so badly about things. Pete McGowan, Mr. Wolf's Incredible Adventure, for those of you that haven't caught up with that. I'd give it 8 out of 10, to be fair, 8 out of 10, definitely. But yeah, synchronicities, and I got a message in my head when I was, what should we call it, relaxing and meditating last night before bed. And it said this: now is the time. You are unhappy with your regime, with your de facto government, with your civil legal system. If you have suffered harm, injury and loss at the hands of an agent, the establishment, your estate's been damaged, you've had assumptions and presumptions put on you, then that's wrong. What are assumptions and presumptions? Okay, a busload of English Anglo sovereigns are going down the M1 and there's a fatality. They're all wiped out. God forbid it, but they're all wiped out. None of them have gone online and put in their details for the .gov UK and unregistered for organ donation. So the government in England at the moment, United Kingdom, they presume to have your consent for organ donation. This is called presumed consent, okay? Now, this is what's happening in the law, that we've put the presumptions of the court, the presumptions of the law, the maxims of law and the maxims of equity. Equity doesn't have any presumptions because it's done honourably and correctly, if done right. Trust and equity, in personam, with the man, not the skullduggery. So, as I've said about the claims with Gary, I know it's Thursday and I haven't served him. I'm aware of that. I'm taking my time. This is something that needs to be done properly, correctly, possibly privately, and enough noise has been made from my part, to be fair, so that's it. But we will be dealing with this. We'll be looking at how to do it and let you know, using the correct areas of law with regards to this. So you are able to choose and do what you want, and the laws you choose and the laws you know of may not be the ones that you necessarily need. So that was a closing bit, that if you're in a continent and you're not happy, you're starving, you haven't got enough money, you pay too much tax, they won't empty your bins, you get treated like a slave, you don't understand anything, and you want a better time, then I would seriously consider, this is for mostly Angol, because we have an immediate contact and we can link up and meet and seminar and so forth in Angol, but we can hang out with you in international realms, yeah? I'm going to try and get Santos back for this. This is the next heavyweight chat that Indy will be doing. When he's better, and I've got quite a list to go through topic-wise. I'm going to go on Sun and Moon very soon. Sister Karen, Astral, Patricia, I'll be in touch once I get some time. I'm just prioritising what I'm doing at the moment and going through administrative stuff on the .com, documents and paperwork and PDFs and publications that we're trying to get out now, and just enjoy myself and see some of the nature, the natural environment. So if you're not happy with things, let us know. David at splspro.com. Visit our website, which is the same domain as that, ending on that email, and let us know how you feel, how you're getting it, what you've had, and if you're not happy, we will give you alternative ways to consider instrumentations. We will explain the instrumentations and how we see them, how we use them, what they are for. The United Kingdom's Treasury Department. Now, is that a private department for the Queen and the Treasury as such, or is it a department that agents can interface with and operate with and make contact with, you know, in a basis of? So we're looking at many areas at the moment and what they are for. The International Securities Exchange, the International Bank of Switzerland, the International Bank of Settlements, the Keeper or Defender of the Faith, yes, the Queen's High Court Privy Bench, Council, Queen's Bench, you know, certain things like this. The Vatican, the canons, who's bonded us? Well, the Vatican have bonded us in the Unum Sanctum of 1303-ish, I never get it right, either 1301, 1303, Unum Sanctum, Pope Boniface, Pope Innocent III, 1537, CQV, 1666. Before that, you've got papal balls, Baal worship, the bull worship, things like that. That's nasty. Look at Red Bull, yeah, look at the bull, what that's used for, the symbology. I am a Taurus, I know I can't help that, but I've looked into it, that's how I found it. And Baal, B-A-A-L, so Bravo, Alpha, Lima. Yeah, I warn you, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. Things such as, all right, things such as building a bronze bull, making an opening. Who's seen the film? Who's seen the film? Oh, Titans. Is it Titans or is it the other one? Gods of Egypt, Titans, Wrath of the Titans, the Immortals. The Immortals in the film, the Immortals. They show you this bull, and it's above a fire. And in old times, I'm not going to go through everything, but in this time, they put man in there. When I say man, I don't mean man, I mean also babies and children, and sacrificed them. They were sacrificed to the god of Baal, Baal worship, yes, and they put children in there and burnt them in a metal bull above a fire for sacrifice. Yeah, sacrifice has gone off all across the realms, the lineages. It's not a nice subject, but it's gone off. Now we see that sacrifice has stopped. Apparently, since the Second World War, everything's got better. There is no sacrifice, and we're all tickety-boo. Everything's fine. Yeah, there's no more war. There's no, where is it? Silent war. Death by 1,000 paper cuts. So wars. What is the war that is at hand at the moment? There's an invisible war going off. It's an invisible war against persons, but directly, via proxy, is affecting man, because man is thinking he's a person. Well, man isn't a person. God is not a respecter of persons, and we have persons given to us in the Human Rights European Act body of, you know, public law there, that says the prerequisites for human rights. Well, that's a human. That's a type of man, yes, a colour of man. We are just man. That's the one, man. If you're worried, man, and then human, and persons, and private persons, and public persons, and legal fictions, and entities, and personalities are all over that way. There is man. That's it. We create government, didn't we? I believe we did. And government then created the persons and the employees and gave them a national insurance number. So the national insurance number for your person means... It means there's a message from the dark side. All right. Sorry, let's close it. Means, what was I saying? Wow, persons, yeah, you're a government employee. If you use that national insurance number without any liability offsetting, you've agreed to be a public employee. Yeah, public employee of the government, the general public. Now here talking is the major. I am the major. I don't want to go military and Major Payne on you, like Damon Wayans and so forth. You see Major Payne, that was a film that was quite hysterical, to be fair. But now I look at it and I cry. Major, the age of majority, etymology, words. It just happens. It comes in. The majority contains the word major, does it not? Yeah, we didn't want to come out and give you this at the beginning and all the overload of it, but now we're moving up in increments and different levels, and we've been in this a bit. How do you think having the age of majority wins in a government, de facto government that's got military generals, attorney general, registrar general in there? Yeah, How do you think this works? When you say you're the major, never mind the living man of the land, the free man, the certain bits you can use in with sovereignty and your status and capacity. But we need to be very careful about this now. The word free man, yes, is a good word. And we are born free. And we are free to a certain extent up until the point of registration. So we are kind of free man on the land, Magna Carta references, so forth and so on. Yeah, brilliant, great. But you need to know about the correct ways of man identifying status, capacity and so forth. So you talk and you go on how you want. This is not legal advice. I can't give legal advice. This is entertainment and it's for fun, even though it's concerning such things as, I don't want to be held accountable for anything. You need to use your own due diligence, and this is just a download from myself to you guys, reference how I feel, what I'm seeing, how my cognitive function is working when I meditate, what messages and things get put to me, and how life presents to me. It seems to be fragmented, random things, but then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, this isn't as random and fragmented as what I thought. And it cha-chings in, so you'll be travelling, having a chat, and surmising. It's just how it goes. It's not like you sit down and go, right, I'm going to have 2 hours now and I'm going to make a video and tell, you know, or I'm going to think about what I'm going to do next. Because when you sit down and you try to focus on something, you get a pen and you go, right. An hour later, you're still sat there going, right. Because you're forcing it. You're trying to create something and focus on it and you'll get lost in it. But if you just relax, take yourself away, go with the flow, be honourable, and I don't know what the word is, I don't know, embrace your environment. And I can't show you the law of attraction, the power of intent, all of this stuff, the way that your mind works. But what I can do is create a channel called, or create a playlist called Indie Health, Indie Wealth, Indie Know, Indie Chirp. And that's where Andy and I and the Heavyweight Hangouts will be. SPL's Pro, the other YouTube, is just strictly for the .com, and it will be monetized like Indie has, and it will serve a purpose for hosting the videos that we will then provide through the .com for you to go through your key competence, Sovereign Masters Guild training educational program, key competence course. Yeah. Woo. We're using the technology that we have for different reasons, you see. YouTube can be a data bank for our videos, and the video link will then be put into the private.com and link back to an unlisted playlist on here. I've got to try and do it as cheaply and using the electronics and technology that we have at hand, but in a different way. And it will work. It's all honourable and above board. YouTube's approved the monetization. I've gone, I don't know how many years, and up to 200 and something thousand views, 2,000 and something subscribers. I've left the job at 26.5 grand. I've got proof of this. I've resigned. It's gone because of the conflict. I have nowhere fixed to live. I have no fixed income, Gary Davis, okay? So yeah, man's trying to make the best of shit here without legally selling my soul to the devil, because I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I've been told to get out of it as fast as I could. When I say being told, you know, you have your own spiritualism, religion, beliefs and so forth. We have ours. I'm not trying to change anybody's religion. I'm just trying to explain to you that it's not all about money and not working and getting out of. I can go and get another manager's job. I'm 41 in May, yes, and I've got a lot of experience. You get a reference for my old bosses. I'm one of the best. Anybody that knows me on the Facebook realm will tell you I'm one of the best managers they ever had. This isn't my words. The guys at the corporative you know, place, the international NASDAQ floated stocks and shares international, you know, massive multi-billion-pound business. Alliance is what it's called, an alliance, by the way, a medical alliance. Yes, and that was also medicinal, which I didn't agree with. They will tell you I was one of the best bosses they ever saw and had. I never sat still. I was always running around. I was conscientious of my workforce. I was conscientious of the agency employees. I treated them the same as nearly said it, the actual contracted employees that worked for, that had a contract with the corporation. I was fair. I used the law to differentiate, and I didn't like use sexual advantageous, you know, things that you can do to work your way up the ladder. I didn't take advantage of the young European workforce. I didn't go on flight mode. So yeah, they'll tell you that, and I know I am. So I could go out and get another job at 26, 27, 32, maybe a warehouse general manager now. But I don't want that, and I'm struggling and I'm paying the price. So this is the reason for what we're doing, and I will legally abide. My person, trust me, will legally abide. I, the man, am lawfully abiding, and I'm not committing any crime, any fraud, any deception, and any dishonour. Anybody that thinks different to that, and I've got a few subscribers that are trying to pull this down now, let me know, and I'll answer that for you, to what I feel I should give to you. Comments time. Hellos and comments. So if you've hung around till the end of the cast, we'll have a chat. That's everything, yeah. So we're going to expand again, and we've got some direction. I want to give you guys, instead of you sitting around waiting for stuff or waiting for courses, or not all of you, but some of you that are more at the advanced level. I've got a couple of names. I can see a little penguin icon here that's messaged me this morning. I've got a good idea. He's a dictionary collector himself from our trust, so on Facebook and the .com, I believe. So if he's caught wind of this and he's heard this, I know what that message is going to say, because he's got at least 50 dictionaries. Not different ones, but dictionaries and publications and versions. Again, what version is Black's Law on? 10? Yeah? Since when? Why does this system keep changing the implied meanings and definitions of the words that you've got no etymology and backing to, and put them in a legal construct against the Anglo-Babel construct? Number 10. Yeah. As my Rastafari friends say, Ja Rastafari. You know, King Haile Selassie and all his holy men looking down on this. The Creator's looking down on this. Buddha is looking down on this. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and Allah are looking down on this. Jehovah's looking down on this. Krishna is looking down on this. There is only one. Whichever you call it, I've named quite a few there. You know, go into the Joseph and the Mormons and so forth, and the Church of Scientology. Yeah, wow. Here we are with this, struggling along. Well, the struggle's gone. Yeah, we're pushing forward, and we're going to push forward with substance over form. Bosh! And how is it going to be formed? By these dictionaries here, going into one publication. I need a name for it. We need a name for it. What dictionary can this be called, yeah? The dictionary of what? Not the Sovereign Dictionary, that's too easy. We've got Oxford, Blacks, Blackstones, Halsbury's, Webster's, Merriam's, and now we've got... Come on. I want symbols in this dictionary as well, and etymology, yeah, and implied meanings, and definitions, and all of them next to that. Woohoo! This is the dictionary to beat all dictionaries. This is another little bit of the prophecy that we are fulfilling to leave to our legacy. That's what you get when you go on a boat, and you got to put that on there. See, I just literally found something before bed and went, what can I use? Quick, before I forget. I couldn't go live because I was dying to. I just looked too tired. My eyes were red. It was saggy, and I looked about 50 compared to 40. So I think we've cracked it there. We've done. I'm going to microwave that. I know it's bad, but it's just, there's no vitamins in it. Make a roll up and look at your comments. Check on the little one. 1 minute. Hello, chicken. Yeah. You saw a UFO yesterday, didn't you? Our kid's got a UFO on a Musically video. I need to look at this today as well. Remember? I want to see it again. I'm going to take a screenshot and upload it. Maybe because some applications don't allow you to. I'll finish this video and I'll come and have a look. All right. Is everything else okay? All right, and I'll message you, Mum. Right then, guys. Goodness me, Chillstar, Barker. They do indeed have his own message. Jamie, new subscriber. Peace and love of the Brown clan. Still a teacher. Leave those kids alone. Bosh. Jamie. Hello. Watch out for common purpose throw. There you go. Easy, Mandy. How you doing, sister? Okay, you're getting hit up. Sovereign Dictionary. That's a brainstorm right there. I hear you. Get in. All right, that's one. Thank you, Chillstar. Greg, we could start an online sovereign dictionary in the .com. Oh, morning, G-Star. I love you, brother. Let the world know this man is a legend. Yes, he's an absolute legend. Not going to go into our private setup, but no, if you need website help, you need to contact that man. Yeah, if you've got a website and you have issues, you still need to contact that man. And if you've got a website and you've got some ideas, I'd contact that man. Greg, you are a living legend. Let it be said here and now by me, the man David. Thank you, brother. And he has got an email of which we can get advice to, but I will send him advice because he's not on the payroll yet and we haven't managed to remunerate him his amount that he needs. So he is going to get, that's another reason why we need funds, because Greg there has done so much on the .com since me and Warren started building it. That's why it's transformed. So if you do like that and you know, you trust and believe in us, then I'd recommend him highly. You go to our .com, we've put a footnote for him in the bottom for website design, okay, for his services there, just to get him a little kickback while I try and get some funds in the trust remunerated for him, myself, or I'm going to go back travelling in a van in the United Kingdom, probably dropping off parcels I can see soon, part-time. I haven't got yeah, much to my name, but this is what the choice we make. So my friends and family and others are supporting me whilst I work stuff out, but it's been a long time and it's not easy. I'm selling stuff now and I've not got much left to sell. We're getting something, Ed, big time. Oh yes, I get it. Chill Star. Lev Kung Fu. Shaolin Clan. Morning. Wax on, wax off. Where's me at Mr. Miyagi? From all angles, yes. Lev, Chill Star, Mandy. I spell how it sounds if you can read, great there. Oh yeah, I do this, yes, this is dyslexic and it's a bit kind of weird, but it's not dyslexia, but it's just common sense. Etymology, phonics, and spell in wizardry, witchery spell, casting like the judge, summoning the dead in black. Yes, I sister, you know it. Let's get this and this. In 10 minutes, Yanker, all right. See, family life, there's loads going on, guys. Yeah. Got time for all the family. YouTube family, the Facebook family, the biological family, the extended family, the family of spirits, the family of we haven't met yet, the unborn family, our lineage, our bloodlines, our DNA. Ba-ba-bam. Just check this message because I think it might be related to this. All right. It wasn't that what I expected, but it's something about Baron, the Baron Greenback that I'm working for, accused by Gary Davis of recent times. Hello, see ya, morning.
Hello, goodbye.
Yuri Gelt. Hello from England, what? So some girls on Hungarian saying hello, being polite. They know we're English, so they like to just stop by and speak to the British. What? Yes. We're friendly. They know that. They know we're friendly. We're not adversarial. But these Anglo plates we've got on these iron horses, they will get us. They will get me hung in such places as Serbia, Croatia, possibly Bosnia. Depends who sees it and how they feel about it. You know, the rule of law and the force of Kosovo. They had K forces, Kosovo forces, American forces, English forces. And what went down there was quite horrendous, to be fair. So they were killing their own family members in that war. All sorts everybody turned on everybody. So it's just the English. You'd think we would be, you know, the English. Oh yes, England, well-to-do, clever guys, respected and honoured. No, we're not. No, we're not at all. It's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed to come out to the realm and say I'm from England, I'm English or Anglican, private sovereign. No matter which way you dress it up, we've done wrong. Our landmass and our establishments have spilt blood. You know, we've had our blood spilt, but we've spilt so much. It's spilt so much, and I don't know what book you read or what, but it doesn't matter what book you read. When you work out what simply happened in reality and who you are and how you consent to that, yeah, and use that just by using the system, then that's where you make your decisions. And I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm just telling you how I feel, how we feel, and what we're finding. And I like your comments, so let's carry on. Lev, Jamie, it's like saying bless you, and why would you? It's be less. Oh, so it's bliss, and why mourning? It's mourning the dead. So yeah, wake. You wake up in the morning, and when someone dies, Sister Mandy, what do? You go to a wake, don't you? And you mourn. Phonics and etymology, as Romley says, as a D-based language. So in the 60s, when they removed the silver backing and the sterling from the banking system, that's what we got given. Etymology was removed, and only those at Cambridge, Oxford, Harvard, Eton, how to make friends and alienate people type of education there. What you on about? Yeah, Mandy. English is angle-ish, as in right angles and triangles, where all triangles spinning in space. Triangles, wait there, you mean tetrahedron? No, because I'm into vortex maths, Mandy. Look at the toroidal energy field and vortex maths, 3, 6 and 9, Tesla applied principles with Michael Tellinger, vortex quantum vortex maths and energy. Oh my days, you're going to love that. If you don't already have seen it, maybe you have. Who are you? There's a song in there somewhere. Who are you? Go on then, what song is it? Or Thor, Itty. So yeah, Lev Kung Fu of the Shaolin clan. You've got AU, okay? That's the periodic thingy symbol element gold. Then you've got Thor, big god. So gold and god, and then you've got ITY. So that's of the family from, yeah, Itty. Look what the suffix ITY is all about. So there's 3 there. Or Thor, Itty. So or AU gold, Thor Greek god, Itty derivative of from, you know, like ish. Authority, author. I tie up you with words, Lau. Yes, you do indeed. It's called auricular law. This isn't a word that's you see much of. It's in one of the publications I've done. I think it come from Franco Collins. It's not my word. I got it from Franco Collins, and he's the only man I've heard say it. What was I saying? Auricular. The law is auricular. It comes out. Testamentary. Yes, a testament. In court, what you do to give evidence, you will testify. Testify. Come on up and testify. Testify is a what? A religious thing, is it not? It's a thing of which you do under the bonding of. Good Lord, there's loads. Yeah, so you authorise a document, the mind of the man, and you sign it. No, you don't, do you? You give it an autograph, yeah, and the author gives it authority, autonomously, and autographs it. AU. Why pay them to take your rubbish? What about our sovereign recycling service? What about we get some old vans up then, Andy Sovereign Smith, and we get you out the skip wagon and we go driving, travelling. But if we're commercial, it might be driving, to be fair, which is why I said it. We go around and we collect up all the crap, plastic, metal, wood. We make our own little bank, go down to Thomas's in Oxford, store it all there, give Thomas a cut, and get a base camp in Oxford and start recycling and dumping it all there. Anybody that's got a business that builds, that wants to give back to the community and has got a conscience, can give us all their rubbish. We'll go and collect it for free. You've got a skip licensed lorry. Thomas has got a field. Get it dumped in there, weigh it up every year, cash it in, put it to the trust fund, bosh. Anybody that gets annoyed with the council, rescind that contract. There has been a breach. You no longer, there's been a breach. You're no longer receiving the service and benefiting from it, and you'd like to, just cancel it, basically. We'll sort our own rubbish out. Police and street lights, we'll have sovereign security, and the street lights, well, I'll give you a national insurance number for that, which is an indemnification number, an autograph and 2 thumbprints. That'll sort out the bill for the street lights. Next. It's a joke. They sell they sell it to China, and China's dumped it in the sea, allegedly, according to Euronews. cut out the yes. We like that, Mandy. We're going to. Anybody that's got some time and some ideas, get commenting on here, please. Hats off to Andy. He's a legend. He really is. He's just a man. I call him the people's prince. Yeah, like taking the mick out of certain other people's prince that a radio station might use, because that man is not the people's prince at all. People's prince is Andy Sovereign Swift, because he turns people into men. That guy on the radio doesn't turn people into men. He gets he plays music, and he gets people's you know, gets the aggression up, the anger, the hatred. He doesn't solve anything. The music is good. Akala, K Reno, Immortal Technique, English Frank. English Frank. Oh, there's loads. Yeah, there's loads of them, and they never get played. Except Akala now. Angela, hello sister, good morning. Let's get this angled a bit better. Look at Mandy go. Bible. So bisexual, bilingual, by anything means two, yes? So you've got two there in that definition, Mandy, as you go in on bal. So two bal, yes, by ball, by bowel, yeah? That's your insight, and I thank you for that. I'm not saying you're right and I'm wrong, or I'm right and you're wrong. It's just, it's all in the mix there. So yeah, look at that. You're right there. Bibliotech. So a heliocentric or a helio something bibliotech was written where they put down that the realm was flat. Believe it or not, it was put into the original Old Testament, which is a bibliotech, and it's about the Son of God, or is it about a different son, an S-O-N or an S-U-N? And a bibliotech, yes, and a heliocentric bibliotech. So a study of the Son archived into a book that has a dual meaning in an old one, and then you've got the remake of the New Testament in 325 AD. Thank you. Somebody who I forgot now, who was on about Copernicus and the writing and the Justinian deception, so it'll probably be Romilly Stewart there that's brought that up. FPV, good morning all. Aha, where's your aha gone? How are we doing, brother? Person nos rep pre nos. Yeah, look at prosecutor, cut from the skin, Mandy. Prose is what you go in. Yeah, you're going into probate. Probate, estate in probate. So yeah, look at estates in probates. Look at estates in revision. Look at what else did you put there? Yeah, prosecutor as well. That's more prosecutor. Look what they do. Cut from the skin. Where are the bowels? They were written on what? Skin, apparently. Not that any has ever come out of the Vatican. You may think you've seen some, but I would argue that they're not real. They can't come out. If they ever released that, the whole system would go down without a doubt, a shadow of a doubt. We brought out a collection of Sovereign Paralegals in 50, 100 years' time and say, oh, this is what Dave and Serge did originally. And we wrote it on, you know, the skin of. And, oh, Lord, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Free man or free man, so a triangle or triangle. Yes, we've talked about this before, and I do like that, Mandy. Mandy, that's exactly right. Like pagan, then. What's a pagan? A pay again. What's a person? Ladies, what do you have in your purse? Monies. Yeah, purse on. You got your purse on, yeah? Get your purse on, you love, before we go out. Purse on. That's just for you, that, Mandy. Dictionary of the Realm, okay, FPV, that's a good one. D-O-R, door, the door dictionary. I don't know, Dictionary of the Realm. DR dictionary. It's going to be a big job. It's going to need a few of us on this, and it's going to need all emails going to david@splspro.com, and I will then publish an Excel document with them in, and then put them on the .com, and we can work on it through a special forum in the .com, and it will be put up as a document that's ongoing, so anyone can download it, get a copy, and then edit it and put it back up. Surname, are you taking a look at the morning, John, of the Middleton clan? How are you, brother? Good, I hope. You and yours. The surname, I've used that over for the thumbnail there, yes. Get in. You annex to the surname, cognomen of Rome, property of, accounts of Rome. So we got, yeah, Jamie. Wilcar, okay, Wilcar, you're a new one as well. Thank you for subscribing. Good morning, good day, peace and love. Aha, there we go, thank you. What else do we know then? I need to catch up FPV. I'm looking for an email for somebody that wanted help that I think One Conscience sent me. I've replied. No, Lady O it was, not One Conscience, correction. Lady O says she's going to try get me an email. I did have a brief scan in that private Hangouts chat we're in. To be honest, I've got a lot to catch up with, brother. We will do in due course. So that's your download, 1 hour and 9. Loads to get on with there. What do you think? Take it you're all happy. There's no immediate issues then that you see. You like that. It's what we're doing in essence, but now we've come out and defined it. We've got a purpose and direction. If that associates me with being a government shill or working for a guy called Lee Baron Monroe, whose actual real name I do know, but I'm not at liberty to say. I do not work for the Facebook user Lee Baron Monroe, Lee Monroe, or anything like that. He used to be an admin in our group, and the fact he isn't anymore and that we had a little fallout and we didn't see eye to eye meant that he chose to leave. So he chose to leave. And he went on off his way. So if I'm being accused of being employed and ordered about by the government to give you guys a wild goose chase, then I'd like to say that I've heard through second-hand avenues, people that have tried to find stuff out off Gary, that it says it's Lee Baron Monroe. So no, I haven't spoke to him for a long time. I don't think Lee's a government agent. That isn't his real name, but wow, yeah, it's funny. You could get this tarnished because of what we're doing and the angles that we're at. This should have been done 20 years ago. We're a bit behind. If we'd have got done doing this when I was 18, 20, can you imagine where we'd be now? So I know it seems a long time off, but someone's got to make a start somewhere. Someone's got to get something together, and that someone is us. You, I, me, the family, YouTube, Facebook, the .com. And think about it. How well do you communicate? How well do you use technology? Do you like technology? Do you understand the language? Can you type very well? My writing is atrocious. I've said I'm dyslexic, so my communication verbally is quite, all right, on point, but written and to compose a letter. Who knows how to compose a letter correctly? Not many of us. Who knows how to write correctly? Not many of us. Who knows how to speak correctly? Not many of us. So we need to go back again, and the communication is part of the common unity family, and the common unity family, is it's all there. The words family of, and they all connect. So if you are in the common unity and you like common law, then you need to look at your communication, and this is part of where we're at now. What the .com will help to provide and do. So a good update for you. Thank you for your comments. Your last vid has a lot of new info, Dave. All right then, I'll look at that. Believe me, nighttime viewing, I'll do that. But I will say, FPV, just one thing. When I'm looking up at night and I see these alleged satellites travelling in the sky, and now I've watched your publications and your works, your family's works. I see these, and I think, yeah, they could be satellites. Hi. They could be. Hi, I see ya. They could be UFOs. They could be aeroplanes, and now they could be what? Cherubims on chariots controlling the things. It's brilliant, it's fantastic. So yeah, if you haven't looked at FPV's channel, we advertise each other and help out. I suggest you go and frequent yourself and have a look at the Antikythera one, especially I liked. Very well put together, good team, good family. I'll have a look as soon as I can, FPV, thank you all. Has Labour ever taken a private trust to court and won as ex-landlord? I rent home, was in private trust. He messed up big time, fogged up big time. He told to do tort, was told to go to High Court, wouldn't know where to start, could do a few corps. So has layman ever taken a private trust to court and won? Let me think. So yeah, they will have. Somebody will have taken. Let's think. A man suing the NHS. Whoa, man, suing the NHS. That's a public trust that's for the well-being of persons, citizens and employees. That's one example. A private trust would have gone into the higher courts. It will be in the private. So yeah, you will be able to be in a trust and take take it to court, but it's not as simple as that because I've never done it. And it would be trustees, dereliction of duties. The trustees would be somehow not following the trust agreement, the declaration of trust, and they would, yeah, and you'd have to hold them to account. So if that then ended up in a breach of duties, then damages would need to be paid, Mandy. Yeah, of course. And if you go in that, then yeah, this is why I said, when I said we're making the trust, because I hadn't got 100% knowledge, and we are teaching and assimilating or bringing to, trying to help to teach. And I said I need to stop and work out who's going to be trustees, who's actually going to be beneficiaries, and who's going to be trustee, beneficiary, settlor. Yeah, that's obviously easy. Settlor, executor position. Trustees, custodian trustees, principal trustees, things like that. You know, CEOs, trusts have executive officers and certain things. See the Trustee Act of 2000. Look at custodian trustees and things like that. So, if a trust has beneficiaries, by the trust technology, the beneficiaries have right to the access of the trust. That comes from Brother Craig Pepper, I don't mind saying. I learnt that late, picking it up. So I sacrificed my time to try and help others and build and do what I do. And I'm confident in my knowledge of the system to deflect enough liability on back to the system and my person. But I haven't done everything bang on yet, and I'm in a little bit of a mode of what would we say, reshuffling, sorting out the team, the management, the trustees, who the beneficiaries are. The beneficiaries will have to be named. There won't be everybody. So yeah, there's a lot to consider there, Mandy. We'll talk about that a bit later on, but it's not so simple as that, but it can be done. Yeah. Truthers Dictionary of the Realm. Oh, we've improved on FPV's one there. I like that. Thank you, Shaolin Lev. Layman is just similar to Leyland paint. Yes, John. Why is it? How is it though? Go on. The sound, the phonics, you mean? Yeah, layman, Leyland. Yeah, is it? No, it's lay, Ley, Land, I believe. Don't quote me, Leyland paint, but the phonics is the same. Yeah. Have you thought of setting up angle grinders anonymous to stop wheel clamps and bailiff buster and as unlawful? Yeah, we have. Eviction, sept again, had 6 last 5 on the trot. Trying 151 officer for new places, 5 days, he ain't called. Look at, in a trust, you have a chief financial officer. It's called a Charlie Foxtrot Oscar. And you have a Charlie Echo Oscar, chief executive officer, chief financial officer. These are all officers on the ship. So where you're saying 151, you would look for the chief financial officer, and you would also look for what's it say on the banknotes? It says chief cashier, but not chief cashier. It was another word. Let me think about it. But yeah, how about Biblical Prophecy Dictionary of Law? Biblical Prophecy, BPDL. I don't know. How about it? You tell me. It's our decision to make, but this is what we're doing, and we'd like to. Yeah, that's good. That FPD Angel just sub. Nice one, Angela. You're gonna be enlightened somewhat there. FPD, Divine Auricula. There it is. That's the one. Auricula. I've spelled it AU, AUR, and then ICULAR. So that's in the publication. There's 2 that are in the Facebook, and the 3rd one hasn't come out. I've put one on the .com, but we need to get these into PDFs. These are just provisional, preliminary drafts, if you like. Me and Greg will chat later on and sort these out and get the PDF sorted. I'll work on that next week. I'm here till 31st, so I've got about another 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 37 a week left. Yeah, we're going to leave on the 30th, travelling back, so I'll get them done. I like that. Keep coming in the comments and let us know. No, don't keep coming in the comments. Keep adding your comments and let us know. And we'll work that out, and we'll have a hangout or something, and we'll make a decision together on that, or we can just put a temporary name and then look at when we've finished it, if we're still happy with that, or it might change. But Oxford Blacks, Blackstones, Houseberries, Webster's, Miriam's. What others are there? There's more. It's top of my head. I haven't used the internet. I haven't gone into Facebook and had a look at the archives. I know there's more, but I'd like just to ask for you guys. A guy called Barry in the Famaland, he needs to have a look at this video and get onto this, because he's got a lot of these books that I've seen. He's let us know that he's got. And that's it. That'll do for now. I've got to get off, get ready. We're going out, enjoying the weather. I'll try and contact dodgy doctors, see how that man is, and then I'm going to clock off for the day, 11 a.m. And I'll say peace, love and light to everybody. All right, nice one. Thank you very much. Yeah, that'll do for now. All right. Stay sovereign. Stay honourable. Stay self-governed. All right. Thank you very much.